What's good, family? Today I want to talk about the importance of mentorship, right? And some of the misconceptions associated with mentorship. One, just want to talk about most of society's greats are people who all have mentors and all have coaches and all have people behind the scenes who's helping them along the way, critique them, help them get better. Most of us in society are navigating our own journeys by ourselves. If you're doing that, it makes it more difficult. So when I started off, especially in the military, a lot of times I would go seek help from all type of people. Anybody could offer information. But then I got more strategic about it, and I started going to people that I seen was in those positions that I was seeking to be in, which is a key factor for mentorship. Is if I want to be a fisherman, I have to find somebody who's a master fisher. If I want to get better at weightlifting, I'm going to find somebody who's good in the gym and, hey, that guy's solid on that. If I say, hey, man, I want to get closer to God, I'm going to find a spiritual mentor, somebody who can get me up to speed in that particular area. A lot of times what people are doing is finding mentors who they are cool with, who are there, they find themselves comfortable with. And being comfortable with the person is not a key factor at all. In fact, you should be working outside of your comfort zone and somebody who can challenge you and somebody who's going to be not necessarily friendly with you, but direct with you. And being direct with you, they can help you get better. They can help you improve, and they can help you stay on track with your actual goals. So when you come to them and you having these off the wall conversations, they get back to, hey, well, how you doing on writing your book? How are you doing on keeping up with your fitness goals? How are you doing on your diet? Or whatever the particular thing that they're mentoring you on. Have you picked up, if it's a fisherman, have you picked up those fishing poles and bait and tackle? Did you go read that book I told you? Did you go look at the video that I referred to you earlier? And that mentor will kind of keep you on track. It's not a person there to be your buddy. So a lot of times people have that in their mentality that, oh, this person's cool. So if that's a person, first thing a person says to me, when I ask, why did you pick that person as your mentor, automatically I'm ready to throw it out. Because if, say for instance, I'm doing some type of counseling, midterm counseling with somebody and we're referring, hey, you should get mentors. Well, those 3 weaknesses or areas of improvement that we talked about, that's the areas that I'm going to find the strong people in for that particular person. And you're linking strengths with weaknesses. You're not finding somebody that person is particularly comfortable with. That's not the agenda at all. Has nothing to do with nothing, right? The next thing, the further you get up in society, if somebody's stepping off into the real estate business or any type of company or corporation, somebody will connect you with a mentor. Or if you're stepping off into real estate, sometimes they'll put you with a team, and those people can kind of get you up to speed on what you need to know and some of the details that you probably didn't learn in some of the training. They can get you on, hey, make sure you pay attention to this and some of those casualty areas that probably can catch you off guard. They'll get you up to speed in that ahead of time. That's what the mentor is there for, to give you all the keynotes and those details, the behind the scene details and the stuff that are kind of unwritten rules. Mentors are perfect at that. But if you're going into these things alone, it's kind of going in blindfolded. You know, if you step out in your yard and a snake bit you in the yard, you will want somebody that's coming behind you to know of that same danger. And that's what the mentor is actually providing you strict guidance on, and how to get through a path quicker. Like, hey, I took this route. This is a quick route. And if you decide to build on that route and get even better, that's even more positive. But the thing is utilize the people around you as tools, right? Another thing, the action of the particular thing comes first. A lot of times when mentors were telling me things, I didn't understand it in the beginning. But after the maturity hit and years, I was like, man, I see the value in that. There's things that your parents mentored and told you when you were young that didn't make sense then. But then when you arrive to that particular point as a parent, or you arrive to that particular point in working society, or whatever the case may be, it made perfect sense. Some of these things you would hear them repeat over and over and over. You know, my mother would say all these different little old school sayings. And when I was young, didn't make no sense. When I got older, made perfect sense. So sometimes you got to listen to the mentors and follow the coaches, and then later see the result of that particular thing and have that understanding. So sometimes it's not necessarily following people blindly, but it's following people comfortably and understanding that they got your best, the best outcome, in mind for you. And they're not trying to set you up for failure. They're not just trying to make you do extra work. They're putting you through particular exercises that's going to help you get better and better and better. All right. So make sure. All right. Be open. Like I said, when you go to some of the problematic people in society, some of the people who's struggling, and you see them like, man, and they still living check to check, and this guy been doing this for 10 years or whatever the case may be. Some of these people are not open to advice. They're not open to new things. They're not open to growing. They're only stuck in their own ways. And like an old school person used to always tell me, the brokest people in society, can't nobody tell them nothing. But all of that pro athletes, Michael Jordan got trainers, LeBron James, Floyd Mayweather got his father training him and his uncle helping him out, and he got financial advisors, he got people helping him along the way. But the people who are not doing as well don't want nobody telling them nothing. That's kind of, it's kind of confusing. If anything, the worse I'm doing, the more information and insight I should be, open to, instead of being closed-minded. But you can kind of see why that person continues to get the type of results that they're getting, because of the mindset. Mentality is everything. All right, that's all I got for today. Have a good one, family. Don't forget to subscribe.